And we are going to jump out of the PowerPoint here. And we're going to start with the introduction to our agenda, which of course was to discuss the various mobile applications that are available to you. Now we're in a domain, a Polaris domain here, in which it's the latest and greatest, and I have every single module available to me in this particular domain. So realize, of course, though, that you may not have all of these particular modules at the top of your screen. And also, when we go into looking at various mobile applications, you may not have all those mobile applications because they don't apply to the modules that you actually have purchased. So, but keep that in mind as we go over all of the available applications so that you don't get confused there. Okay. So, where do we go to find and or download or information about those particular mobile applications? You go to your name, and underneath your name you have a little down arrow. You click the down arrow, it pops up some options here. You're going to go to your options, please, and then from your options you're going to go to your more, or if it's in your boxes here at the top here, you're going to find download apps. The download apps automatically takes you to all of the apps that are available for your particular site. Notice that, of course, all of you will have the FranConnect Sky. You will all have the FranConnect Uploader, Outlook Uploader, and you will all have the Outlook Calendar Uploader and the FranConnect Sky for Gmail. Now, depending on whether or not you have various modules in the software, you will also have some extra modules that or extra apps that you can download and instructions on how to do so, like the FranConnect CRM. So if you purchase the CRM module, you will have the FranConnect CRM instructions here on how you would download the CRM app. You also may have the FranConnect Field Ops application instructions here based on the fact that you purchased the FranConnect Field Ops. If you purchase the Hub, you will have the FIQ Messenger. Now this particular application is actually a little bit outdated because you can actually do everything in FIQ Messenger here for the most part within the FranConnect Sky that you could with FIQ Messenger. That being said, we still offer it because people still use it. And then finally, of course, if you are using a mail merge within Sales or CRM, you would have the mail merge download option here as well. So that is a little bit of an overview of all of the different, and again, don't fret if you don't have on your site every single one of these. They might not apply to you. So if you don't have Field Ops as a module, then of course you won't have FranConnect Field Ops as a mobile download option here. You could still download it, but it's not going to connect to anything on your site. So any questions about all of the different, and of course we've had an ATE in the past about all the different mobile apps, but I wanted to review them before we got into each one of them. Okay? Any questions on each one of these particular mobile apps that are available to you? Do these work with both PC and Mac on the desktops, that is? And the answer to your question is yes. They work on both Mac and PC as I understand it. Okay? I've tested for sure on a PC. I don't have a Mac to test on, but I've heard that other people have tested on Macs and that works. So, great question. Other questions? No problem, Paul. He says, thank you. All right, so now that we've talked about the different mobile applications, we're going to now show you how those mobile applications function. Again, we've gone through an ATE about various things that each one of these does and how to download them and so on and so forth. Now we're going to talk about actually showing how to use those applications to access information and log calls and visits in each one of the sessions. Okay? So let me just pull up my reflector here so you guys can see that. Oops. Let's move you on over, buddy. And let's make it nice and big for you guys. Let's put done here. I'm done. Thank you. And let me make this a lot bigger for you guys because, frankly, I don't think that's big enough to you. All right. So let me make it bigger. All right, that's about as big as I can make it. Hopefully you guys, that's bigger than my phone actually is. So hopefully that's big enough for y'all to see that. So there are, I have several work apps, but the three that I have downloaded to my particular device are the Field Ops that I'm hovering over right now, the Sky, and the FCCRM. I'm not going to touch Field Ops today because that's a whole nother class on its own, but I will jump into FC Sky and FCCRM and show you how we can access information and log calls and visits and so on and so forth going forward for you. So, and really just use the information. So I'm going to jump right into FC Sky. And this is, of course, our main mobile application that is available for you to download. This particular mobile application gives you access to several modules. Now, of course, let me go ahead and log out so you can kind of see the whole process here. Oh, that's my profile. Come on. Let's log out. Normally, of course, you're going to be brought to a screen like this. And with the new upgrade, of course, the Polaris upgrade, you actually have the, if you have an iPhone, or other device that has the fingerprint identification, you can use that. But your login information, for the most part, is going to be your, not for the most part, it will be your user ID and your password. And of course, if you choose to save that, you would save that on your device. When you log in, you're brought, at least for FC Sky, come on, let's try again. Come on, little fella. There we go. All right. So when you log in, you're going to be brought to what we feel is the most logical place, which is going to be your activity stream. And from here, of course, you're going to see all of your different stories that might be applicable to you. Of course, if you haven't used the edit button, you can add a story as well. Now, the big piece about this particular class is, of course, to be able to access places like Sales, Opener, Info Manager, Training, Support. Again, if you don't have all of these modules, you're not going to see it in your mobile application. Your home page, of course, is going to be your home page, and you're going to have all of these activity streams. You'll have the availability to go through and look at documents, alerts, messages, so on and so forth. We're going to jump right into a module in which we can show you where and how we can access information. So here's a scenario where I might need to access information. I'm out and about, and I just got done with a sales meeting, and I wanted to confirm my next sales meeting that's coming up in the next hour here. I go into my sales module, and I go into my lead management. I try to locate what record I'm looking at. Okay, maybe it's my test pratique look here, or maybe even before that, I could go into my my calendar and Info Manager. Oops, not there. Let's go back. And let's go into my calendar in the hub. Where's my calendar? Come on. Nope, not giving me my calendar. But I would be able to check my calendar and be able to see what kind of appointments I got coming up. I say I have an appointment with this guy, Test Lead, which of course is not a real great name for a real person, or Test Pratique here. And I want to call them and just confirm my particular appointment that's coming up. Okay. Notice, of course, off to the right, if I have a phone number logged for this particular person, there's a nice little phone that looks right here. Okay. But if I want to see some of the details and not just straight make a phone call to Test Pratique here, I can jump in and I can see all of my details, start to finish, of all of my tabs. Well, not all of them, but a select number of our tabs. Okay. Notice, of course, you're brought right to primary information, so I can review this particular primary information. And you'll notice also that I have a little pencil down at the bottom right in which I can adjust the information of the particular lead. Okay. I'm not going to do that, but that's really how you're going to access your particular information for each one of your leads. Okay. Again, we're going off of the idea that the sales lead, of course, is who I'm going to try and contact here. Now, I'm on my way to them, so I just want to call them real quick and just confirm, or maybe I want to text message them and confirm that they're good to go. If I select the log a call or the SMS option, notice I click on log a call, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to make a phone call to them. So phone call to them first, or SMS message them. If I click on phone call to them, it brings up the number that's the record for here, and it says, hey, do you want to make a call to this person? And I simply click on the call button, and boom, I'm talking to my lead here. Okay, I'm gonna call and end it real quick because I don't think that's a legitimate number. And then notice, of course, as soon as I get off of that phone call, FranConnect Sky, you jump right back into FranConnect Sky, and it says, hey, Frank, do you want to go ahead and make a log that last call so that you have information on that what happened in that particular call? And the answer, of course, to that question is yes, of course I do. I want to make sure that that's in my FranConnect record for Mr. Pratik. Now, I simply go in and I say what my subject of the call was. It was call, and if I wanted to add stuff to it, the date, it logs automatically what the time was in EDT. Right now, of course, I'm off by a couple, 3 hours because I live on the West Coast. I fill in my call status, my outbound, whatever the communication type was, and then in my comments, I really am capable of adjusting my comments here. Now, one of the things that is a huge feature that some people overlook is the talk to text feature. Let's say I don't want to have to sit there, and I'm not the texting genius that my 12-year-old daughter is, and I would rather, instead of typing out, like my daughter can, 700 words a minute, I am more of a person that likes to talk, and I would rather use my talk to text feature. Almost all phones have a talk to text feature, and you'll see the little microphone down here next on my keyboard as soon as you click into that area. And when I push that particular button, it allows me to talk to the Sky module here, the Sky app, and be able to record what it was on that particular phone call. So I'm going to demonstrate that. Spoke with lead, period. Confirmed appointment, period. Lead was happy with service, period. I then clicked on the done button, of course, and it just used the speak to or talk to text for us right here for us, which is beautiful. Okay, and now I don't have to necessarily type everything out in my particular comments. And notice it does a very good job, if you speak clearly into the phone, of really translating the talk into text for you so that you don't have to type out all of your comments for you. Nice feature. Most people overlook this. I'm not kidding. So use this, use this, use this. It's a beautiful little feature, and I highly recommend you use it. I then click on add, and of course, boom, that has been added to my record. Okay. In my lead details here, I could simply go over and take a look at all of that particular details, my documents, personal profile, so on and so forth of that particular person if I wanted to. Same thing occurs if I do an SMS message. It's going to jump right to this person, test. It's not going to go anywhere. But then, of course, I have in the upper left-hand corner the message here. Yep, it's going to say, hey, you sent it to somebody that doesn't actually make sense. But either way, now, of course, I can just jump right back into my FC Sky application by clicking in the upper left-hand corner. And that particular text message is also recorded for us, which is really nice. I could have also used in my talk to text here as well. Notice I get a talk to text button here, and I could text that person, hey, I'm on the way, period. Are you still available for our sales meeting? Question mark. And of course, that particular sales person will get that particular message. Okay. And again, I'm going to get one of those, hey, don't do that, because that number is fake. Okay. So we have lots of different options that we have available in searching for our information. Now, one of the things people will notice is that you don't have all the tabs up at the top. You're not gonna. Okay. This is a mobile application, and you're not gonna get all of the tabs. Okay, it's just too much to download to your phone. Your phone's capability is not capable of managing all of that. But if you're on the go, this is a very efficient way to use the mobile applications to do what we need to do. Okay, so that is our demo using the Sky app. The field ops, of course, is going to be the same deal. And there I, of course, went to my FrankConnect Sky there. And this is the CRM now application. And of course, I'm connecting, and now I'm into my, whoops, nope, that's not what I wanted to jump into. I went into field ops, not CRM. Whoopsies. We're not demoing that today. But we'll go ahead and log into CRM as well. And of course, here, again, you're brought right to your specific leads and your contacts that you're available to. You have CRM, campaigns, and this is all part of your dashboard. And then, of course, from CRM, you can go right into your leads, accounts, or contacts. Maybe I want to go into one of my leads again, or one of my contacts again, now that they've converted from a lead to contact as a franchisee, and I have the same option. I can jump right into my test strategy by critique. Notice there's no phone number. Let's go into our leads. I know that there's one that has a phone number right at the top here for us. And of course, from here, I've got a phone, and when I view my details, I have the option to do the exact same thing that I did within my sales module as well within the Sky app. So franchisees can not only use this, not only can franchisors use the Sky app to go in and log calls and such, but also your franchisees have the capability of coming in and utilizing the logging of a call and the SMS. And the buttons, of course, are a little bit different for the franchisee when they're logging in, but for the most part, they're going to see the exact same thing that you're seeing on the screen now. Okay, so that really shows us how to access the information that's available just by going into each one of the leads, each one of the accounts, so on and so forth. We introduced all of the available apps first, of course, the apps and where we can find those. Remember, those are under your options. Those are under options, under download apps, and the ones that are applicable to your particular modules will be listed for you, as well as wonderful instructions out to you as to how to use each one of them. And then we also talked about how from the mobile applications we can access information. You simply go into whatever lead you're looking for, and or you can view the details, and you've got all of your details available to you. And or from that particular detailed information, as long as you have all of the information, you're able to phone call them or send them a text message and log that particular information within the record, and it shows back up in our application. With that, guys, that kind of wraps up our 30 minutes of details on how we can use the mobile applications to really streamline your business functionings while you're on the road there. And also using the mobile apps to log calls and visits. From now until the time you stop asking questions, I will be available for any kind of Q&A. My name again is Frank Menger, so if you decide you want to jump off of the call, I won't be offended. But if you want to hang out and ask questions, I am happy to answer any questions that you might have. If you want me to unmute you, please raise your hand or tell me in the chat box that you want me to unmute, and I'd be happy to go ahead and unmute you so that you are capable of asking a more detailed question. If not, and you're jumping off the call, again, my name is Frank Menger. Thanks so much for joining the call, and we look forward to seeing you on another Ask the Experts session. We'll wait for about 5 to 6 minutes of dead air if we don't have anybody asking questions, and then I'll end the call. Again, thanks a bunch, and have a wonderful day. All right, I'm seeing a question on the line here. And the question, nope, is not a question. It just says Kelly Emerson. Thanks. Thanks, Kelly, for always joining. You're such a joy to have on our calls. We really appreciate it. Not that the rest of you aren't, but Kelly is on just about every call with me and always offers something awesome for us here. All of you guys, thank you so much for joining the call. Paul, thanks for interacting. I love the field ops as well. I know that we're going to be doing, we just had a field ops Ask the Experts a bit ago, but yeah, I love the field ops app that we have as well. So good deal. Not seeing any other questions. Oh, hang on a second. Kelly says, she always interjects for me here. By the way, when I said both, I meant that I get the message where I can register to see the recording, but also a link to the recording. Nice. Okay. Well, that's nice. Yeah, I don't get to see everything that you guys do, Kelly, so very much thank you. Kelly is saying that I had said yesterday you get a link to the recording, but you also get a link to register for the recording. So that's kind of nice. I didn't realize you got both of those. What I was told is that you guys get just a link to register for the recording. So thank you very much, Kelly, for clearing that up for us. I really appreciate it. You always bring something to the table. Thanks a bunch. Hi, Kelly. She says bye-bye. We're going to wait about another 3 minutes. Oh, no, we got one. It says, so Sean says, are there trainings, system trainings? Sean's asking me kind of privately, and I'm going to open this up publicly because I think, honestly, Sean, your question is very valid for the entire audience. The question Sean has is that, new to the system, are there training modules to many of the basic tools available, and if so, where can they be found? So to answer your question, Sean, and I want to answer this publicly because I feel like this is, I guarantee that other people on this call have had this question or want to know. What I want to show you guys is on our system here, we have a link to our training schedule and course catalog. These are all of the public classes. Here's the link, and I'll go ahead and copy this down and put it into the chat box so that you guys have that link. So here's the link. I just put it in the chat box. And from the course catalog, our FranConnect course catalog, you can see all of our training schedules that are available coming up. And if they are ones that we offer on a regular basis, you can enroll in any of the training classes that you see fit. If there is a situation in which it's one that we don't offer all that often, for example, this Intro to Finance module, finance is one of those that's very rarely requested or not very well attended, so we've gone into making this a request. And you can request a finance module training. If there's enough requests that come in, then we will schedule a public course for it. Same thing with support, same available here to you. Ask the Expert session and how to register here. But all of these particular courses are ones that you have available to you. We also have recordings of every single one of these sessions. So if you are interested in a particular module of learning outside of what we offered and the dates and times that we offer, you can just email us at the help desk, and we would be happy to give you a recording of any of these particular sessions. Above and beyond that, if you don't want to look at sessions, notice, of course, that we have our, well, on your site, you're going to see a help module over here on your particular site, and that actually is our new RoboHelp, and there's lots of different articles and such and that you can access there as well to kind of help you through that. Does that answer your question, Sean? And I think, obviously, I wouldn't have put that public if I didn't feel like it was something the entire audience needed to hear. So, does that answer your question now about where you can be, things can be found? Excellent. Thank you, Sean. Sorry to out you there, but honestly, I didn't. Your question was so good that I thought the whole audience has got to hear the response to this. Otherwise, I would have typed that I would have typed that privately to you. Sorry about that, Sean. But I thought that was a huge question, and I thought that everybody should have been there to hear that. So. Other questions, guys? Let me give it about another minute, and then we're going to jump off of this call, and I will give you back 25 or 24 minutes of your day so that you can go about finishing up the rest of your Friday. All right, I've got 36 minutes after the hour, guys. I'm not seeing any questions coming in. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording now. My name again is Frank Menger. You can always email me directly if you have any questions at frank.menger@frameconnect.com. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have going forward. You can also email the help desk, and they will eventually get you to me, or they will get you to the appropriate person if it doesn't have to do with this particular training. Again, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to stop the recording now, and you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye now.